Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again. This is Between the Posts. Here are your two favorite rugby hosts, Chris Turner. Whoa.
I was going to say, I'm Chris Turner, and this is...
Jess Dombrowski.
Nice to meet you guys. Welcome back.
Yeah, we're actually switching roles. It's not a Freaky Friday situation, but we kind of want it to be because I feel like a lot of what you do and a lot of what I do is very dissimilar, but also kind of crosses over. So I think we could kind of take on each other's roles for like
We're
a
just
day.
take over the organization right now.
That too. Who knows?
We're on that up and up trajectory, so
So
watch
if you
out.
want to vote us for new, no.
Yeah, no, don't do that. We got enough on our plates.
Seriously. But anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning and joining in once again for another edition of Between the Posts. This is, by the way, our 2-month anniversary of doing the show. Number 8, which means once a month, if you
Lucky
do the
number
math.
8.
Lucky number 8?
Yeah. No. It felt like the right thing to say, so I just went for it.
Let's keep it going. I love it, though. So we have a whole bunch of topics to go over rugby related, either on the community level or the professional level or at the international level. But first, kicking off things, Jess, some things going down in the women's college atmosphere, aren't they?
Yeah, so anyone that was on the social media sphere, if you will, or anyone paying attention to their favorite collegiate teams and upcoming athletes on this trajectory and national team pathway that we have, our D1Elite teams. Some of them had their nice kickoff weekend, which was Life University, the USA Rugby South All-Stars, which are always a very, very active team. And they, I played with a lot of those girls. They're very talented individuals.
Humble brag included.
Shout
right
out
there.
to Club All-Stars that we're representing. Capital Selects, which again is just one of those, they're very active, they keep going. And Penn State Women's Rugby, which again, know a lot of people. So pretty cool weekend to watch all those teams kind of interact, commingle, and obviously compete against one another. So we have some scores for you. So the Life University defeated the Capital Selects in a 35-5 match. I was following some of the updates that I found on the social media, but not too many, live streams or anything like that. Kind of hard in this day and this time of year as well. But to kind of cap off the weekend, Life University Running Eagles also earned a 28-12 win over the Penn State Nittany Lions. So kind of cool to see that happen and just to know that people are already starting off this competition season with a rousing, smashing start and getting some good competition in with each other, not shying away.
And I love it how, it was a road trip to D.C. because for those of you who don't know, Life is out in Marietta, Georgia. So they went up, and also Penn State met them on the East Coast.
Yeah, kind of a nice group gathering.
And it was really cool for Life to do a big rugby weekend, 3 games, because I'm sure they have a lot of depth, maybe playing players and different teams and all that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they come away 3-0, which is kind of a big teaser for what the playoffs might be.
Yeah.
Is Life the number 1 team of D1Elite? Who knows? The season for them just started, and for all the other teams. But we would love to see that play out come April when they do partner up with the D1A playoff scheme.
They're definitely always one of those teams to watch. And, I mean, you could say that about any of our D1 teams for
100%.
a million and one reasons. But I think what's pretty interesting is starting the season off with these competitive matches and seeing, the scores between the two of them and the different combinations and just seeing how that's going to change as the season progresses. This could be a future matchup in playoffs and beyond that, or we could have 2 new teams come in that have been doing their own thing. There's kind of, you don't really know what's going to happen. So kind of exciting to see that start to unfold for us.
Right. And I know that there's only 4 D1Elite teams and all that, but at the same time, this is a matchup where these teams or these individuals are going to be seeing each other not only in college,
multiple times,
but also potentially playing with each other in the USA Women's 15s or 7s.
Yeah, and WPL and anywhere beyond that.
Right. So they're almost they're going to be seeing each other so much in the next,
that rugby culture.
4 10 years, whatever it would be, and how far they go in their careers. But this is just a really cool thing to see, and also kind of surprising that Life actually came away with a daunting win over the Nittany Lions. And I know we got Gabrielle Cantorna in the office, former Penn State Nittany Lion herself, and current USA number 10 for the women's team. So
this is true.
I know she's might be feeling the burn today, but but I know she's got the Nittany Lions at her back, and she'll be rooting for them for the next roundup.
Heck yeah.
Nice. So what happened over the weekend, we're going to be staying within the college sphere for a little bit. It's called the Houston Cup. And so what this is, to be honest, not sure if this is an annual thing or biannual thing or what happens here, but I saw it on Facebook that it was a really cool opportunity for Sam Houston State and Houston University to kind of have that inter-city rivalry and playing at the Aviva Stadium where the Houston SaberCats,
that's so fun.
the MLR team, actually play. So these two colleges who, I played at a D1AA/D1A college, and we played on a rec field that had, let's just say, had a lot of potholes on it, right?
Soccer, lacrosse, Quidditch, all the teams take up
all
the
the
same
teams.
space.
I honestly think Quidditch got just as much time as we did, but I don't know personally how these clubs play and on what fields, but I'm sure major upgrade from what they're used to being in a professional stadium, especially where the MLR teams play. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the MLR coaches, were kind of peeking around the corner and seeing who maybe to recruit and whatnot. But so what had happened there is it was obviously a neutral site, but inter-city rivalry, and Sam Houston came away with a win 35-10. So big win for Sam Houston, but also shout out to the University of Houston for accepting the challenge, taking it full bore ahead. And, I'm sure this could go on for years. I hope to see not only just in the city of Houston, but in a lot of other cities where MLR teams or professional venues are held, a lot of colleges can just, have that experience of playing in a huge stadium because you know what? I know they probably aren't going to be filling out the stadiums, but it's just such a cool experience.
And it's awesome for those younger guys to see what the future holds. I mean, we could get maybe some potential curtain raisers, get some more people in the seats. That builds the college game, and that brings the college fans to MLR, and it's kind of this, tit for tat situation. So, let's hope we can recreate that and moving forward.
100%. But quick shout out to those two colleges and well done over the weekend. And also congratulations to Sam Houston State for the victory.
Woo!
This is going to be very interesting news for those of you who don't know. I know we had already done a press release via our own internal news. But home venues have been announced for the 2020 Men Eagles opening matches that are happening across the America's Rugby Championship. So there's going to be 3 different matches across 3 different cities where the USA is going to be playing 3 different countries.
And where are those taking place, Chris?
Well, let's see, Jess. So we got August 15th versus Canada. Right here in our own backyard in Glendale, Colorado at Infinity Park.
Beautiful place. You should probably come.
100%, and definitely going to go to that game.
Yep.
August 21st, the following weekend, versus Chile at Bold Stadium in Austin, Texas, which I'm going to guess that is the Austin Gilgronis. Yes, the Gilgronis.
The Gilgronis.
It is a drink. It's a mixed drink, and again, it's
Can we get some of that up in here?
It's a whole backstory. But no, the USA, and this is the men's team, by the way, that they're going to be playing Chile at Bold Stadium, in Austin, Texas, and August 29th versus Uruguay at Aviva Stadium in Houston, Texas, the same stadium where Sam Houston State and University of Houston just played off last weekend. So this is going to be back-to-back-to-back weekends, and this is going to be awesome. Like I mentioned, 3 different cities, 2 different states, 3 different countries. The USA men's are just on a tear.
We're kind of starting that season off hot and heavy, ready
right?
to go.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean, and even head coach Gary Gold even said they're, of course, looking forward to starting their championship tournament campaign at home this year. No doubt that these are the 3 fantastic cities and stadiums for us to lay a foundation for what we hope to become a successful tournament. And he also mentioned that the home matches are always vitally important from a team perspective, as the energy and support from our U.S. fans creates the exact kind of atmosphere they want to play in. They also want to thank the growth of Major League Rugby and what they expect will be another fantastic season for the domestic league, and these games certainly will keep the appetite for rugby thriving in the States.
Whew.
I mean,
couldn't have said it better myself.
Seriously, Mr. Gold, round of applause, tip of the cap to you, sir, because we couldn't have said it better ourselves, like you said, Jess. But this is going to be such a cool opportunity because usually we get maybe 1 or 2 home games, whether the men's or women's, really. Yeah. And we got 3 back to back.
Yeah.
Are you going to be making a trip out to Texas potentially?
August in Texas sounds a little bit inviting to me. I definitely would love to go and sit and watch rugby. I mean, I'll never say no to rugby, so it's definitely, let's just put that on my wish list, bucket list, if you will. I mean, any ARC match is going to be super great, coming off of a World Cup year, looking at some new talent to rebuild for the upcoming competition season. And, just kind of like Gary said, that energy of having that home crowd feel, I think, is super cool. And when you go into some of these MLR-ish cities, you're already going to have that built-in rugby fan base. So it's just going to be even more so than just your average local rugby fans, because they're used to putting on a spectacle and having that competitive rugby with high energy, high competition, hard hits, and, the energizingness of the crowd. So, I don't know, I'm pretty excited about it. And if I can make it to 2 of 3, that's going to be my goal. So definitely going to Colorado.
Hey, 66% on those games is...
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it too. But I think you're completely right where, we already have these huge fan bases in these MLR and half WPL cities as well.
Yeah.
So I know that just if you take those hot spots and you continue to grow it, nothing but good things can come from it, right?
That ripple effect.
That it's a ripple effect that could go out to the outstretching communities within those cities or around those cities, and just continue to grow the game, because that's exactly what we want to do at USA Rugby, whether it's on any level. We want to grow the game any way we can, and this is massive because it's like we are kind of partnering already with the MLR and everything like that, but this is kind of just concreting us as more of a just mutual kind of partnership in itself.
Symbiotic relationship, if you will.
Thank you so much. My vocabulary is slipping today because I haven't had my second cup of coffee yet, but thank you for kind of filling in there. But again, this is an incredible opportunity. I know we're going to be at the August 15th game. We're in Stars and Bars, and might have a couple Gilgronis at that game. Who knows?
Gilgronis.
But no, if y'all want to actually know what a Gilgroni is, I actually think I'm going to put the recipe up on there. Just a shout out to the AGs over there in Austin.
And props if you can spell it too.
Yeah, seriously. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
I do not know what the word is. Gilgronis is.
Its origin definition.
Yeah, well.
Austin, I guess.
The one and only.
Anyway, folks, so we're going to put those matchups up for you, where you could go watch them, how you could view them, and also how you could buy tickets. All the links at the bottom. So please go buy those tickets, and hopefully see you guys there. Going back to the college atmosphere, there's actually a really cool opportunity that's going down to the East Coast in New Jersey, specifically in Denville.
Nice.
So a lot of times where high school or youth rugby players are looking to get into that higher education level, or just even looking to play at the higher level, they don't really know how to do that. I mean, of course, there's plenty of links on our website, which we're going to put at the bottom for you to go see.
Heck yeah.
But also, this is really cool for the city of Denville to host their own college fair. And for a lot of rugby clubs to attend those, we know that over 40 rugby clubs or colleges will be in attendance.
40.
That's both on the men's and women's side. So there's plenty of opportunities for all you guys out there. And they're going to be kind of hosting a college fair / coaches discussion on, why their colleges really stick out to potential or prospective students and future rugby stars and all that, and just kind of give them not only an opportunity to go and learn at a higher education, but also play at a higher level. And I know American rugby is just thirsting for this knowledge of how do I get my son or daughter playing? How do I get myself playing? Are there scholarships available? And this is such a wonderful opportunity of New Jersey setting this up on their own, and then just kind of having all those outlying cities come to them and then hosting like a big event like this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be taking place this upcoming weekend, Sunday, February 23rd, in Morris County Vocational School in Denville, New Jersey, like I mentioned. Over 40 colleges and clubs will be in attendance in recruiting, not only for the school, but also for rugby clubs.
I mean, Chris, what I will say is, so I work in the membership department, for those of you that don't know, which means I've probably talked to, emailed, communicated, fax machined a couple with you guys. And one of the questions that we get a lot is kind of, can be summed up in the what's next.
Right.
We get the high school players looking for college, the college players looking for club. You get a young crossover soccer player that's like, hey, I saw rugby on TV, I want to try it. Like, where can I go? What do I do? What are the next steps? What is next? And I think having something like this that's being so inclusive of 40 schools and teams, like that's phenomenal. That's probably the most that I think I've probably heard of in the couple of years that I've been here. I mean, a highly successful, outlook for these teams and these young individuals looking for their potential next steps. And I think it's pretty exciting to see that happen, and would definitely recommend that any of you guys out there that are looking to recruit up and coming high school players, anything like that, to do one of these yourself. Talk to the local clubs in your area. It doesn't have to be, you can talk to your rivalry, talk to your brother, sister club, your senior club, your youth club. Collaboration at its finest, folks. I mean, you're going to get people in the door. You're going to kind of sell that product, and it's going to only work out well for everybody involved. Again, another symbiotic relationship.
There it is. And you know what? This actually just came to my mind, but not to downplay what our training education department is doing, which they are doing absolute wonders. But this is almost rivaling the opportunities that we provide for a lot of people as well, because a lot of times we provide courses and courses and opportunities and classes and things like that and guest speakers. And I've never heard of 40 schools in one place that's not, curtailed or not created by USA Rugby in itself. So this is just a grassroots movement that's been created on its own. That's just the power of the people are putting it in their own hands and then creating their own opportunities, which is absolutely fantastic, because even though we here at USA Rugby want to do that all the time and strive to do that, it's kind of impossible to do every single city, every single state all at once. So when opportunities come up like this, we have to give them a shout out because they put in all the work and we're just here to kind of showcase and highlight it. So again, shout out to all those included and the city of Denville, New Jersey. You're doing big things for rugby.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks. So for those of you that have been following us avidly on a week-by-week basis, we brought up Opportunity Days last time.
I don't know why I was laughing at.
Apparently the concept is just too hilarious for Chris to comprehend. Sorry that we're entertaining and informative.
We're also entertaining ourselves, too.
True. But yeah, Opportunity Days. Our men's sevens team was kind of putting on one of these, that kind of a show up, show out situation. Like, you can talk the talk, but let's see you walk the walk out on the field.
100%.
And this is being recreated for boys high school and boys high school All-Americans. So there is an entire slew of upcoming dates and locations for these up-and-coming athletes to be able to attend in a very similar fashion that our men's sevens teams did. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. And like Jess mentioned, perfect words, a slew of games, because we it's just so many we can't even count. So we're actually going to put up on a scroller for you right now. Actually, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, we
got
can't,
12.
We can't count on just two hands alone. So
I can.
We're going to need a third in there. But we have 12 opportunities. Obviously, we just don't want to name them and just have them roll by your head and forget about it. So we're actually going to put them on the scrolling screen right now. And there's going to be plenty of locations all across the country, including Hawaii. So all those out there who actually kind of think, well, we never get a chance here in the islands, boom.
Here we go.
Here you go. Here's the chance. But like we said, and also there's going to be plenty of open opportunities, or there's at least open dates for you to host your own opportunity as well. And if you feel like that you need, or your city is kind of blowing up in rugby and you have no idea where to send all these potential stars and uplifting talent here, we want to give a shout out to Brendan Keene at Oh my God, I'm going to mess this up.
BKEANE at USA.Rugby, and I did that without looking at our cheat sheets.
I'm gonna edit the hell out of that right there.
Yeah, Brendan Keene. Definitely reach out to him if you're interested in hosting one of these opportunity days. What that means is if you're not looking to travel for a weekend and you have 10 players on your team that you think are up to the challenge and ready to do that, reach on out. What could hurt,
What could hurt, right?
Chris is struggling today. He needs some coffee.
I need my second. I'm telling you, folks. I need my second cup of coffee. Anyway, but yeah. So, and then for the minimum qualifications to host your own opportunity at your venue, you have at least the space to watch a minimum of 4 teams play, field space and time for speed and skills testing, 40 or more participating athletes that are going to be doing these testing components. So those must be the criteria, at least the bare minimum criteria. And if you feel like you're on the cusp at 30, 35, reach out to some local clubs, local cities, and try to get maybe a collaborative effort together or a symbiotic relationship together as well. Symbiotic. But anyway, so yeah, incredible opportunities. Again, for Opportunity Day for the under-18 men's. And there will also be an opportunity day for the women's 15s. That will be coming out soon. And as soon as we know and it hits our radars, of course, we're going to put it on the podcast and put it on a press release and put it right in front of your faces.
Absolutely.
So you cannot miss it.
Nope, no excuses.
But yeah, and also for those who will be attending and all those dates, like I mentioned, we're going to put it on the scrolling again, but it's going to go down between February 21st and all the way to May 10th. So those are going to be some of the dates and some of the locations. And again, for all those competing or attending, good luck to y'all.
All right, so one of my favorite segments is kind of the what's going on in our training and education department, just because I started as a training and ed intern in my first couple of days here. I've got some great relationships with them, and I know that they're doing awesome things. They were in Vegas this last weekend for the MLR weekend and put on quite a bit had some great meetings, had some great conversations, some brainstorming sessions, really kind of got to get to know the people and what they wanted. And upcoming this weekend, they will be present in Atlanta.
Hotlanta,
yeah. So you're gonna this weekend, February 21st to 23rd, for those of you that mix up your calendars like myself on a daily basis. Kind of a lot of familiar faces. You're still going to see the Gary Gold, Greg McWilliams, and Hugh Bevan that were in Vegas this past weekend. Not to mention also Scott Lawrence, who is a MLR with Atlanta. Amanda Cox, who's head of our referees. She's been super great and doing some grassroots efforts there on referee development, kind of match officials, everything that goes along with that. We've got Jamie Nutbrown, who I don't even know if I'm familiar with. Are you familiar?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
So, big New Zealand guy rugby over here. So, Jamie Nutbrown actually had 87 caps for the Crusaders, the Chiefs, and then the Ospreys, who were in Wales. So he's played at Super Rugby.
So he knows his stuff.
He kind of knows his stuff. A little bit. But yeah, he's got 87 caps as a professional. And then also he is a Super Rugby and MLR referee.
Yeah.
So this guy eats, breathes, and sleeps rugby. And he has so much experience in New Zealand and in Wales and then now in America. I feel like if you miss this opportunity just to hear this guy speak, it's going to be a miss on your end. So, yeah, this guy is, and then also did you...
Yep, that's my last but not least, my favorite.
Okay.
So my last and my personal favorite for the weekend is Kit Ruiz-Wagner is going to be there. I don't know if any of you guys don't know Kit, change that. You should know her. She's phenomenal. She coached me for a year here in Glendale. She's recently become the newly appointed WPL commissioner. She also does other coaching on the side. She's a mom. She's kind of just this powerhouse superwoman out there. Yes. And she is one of the most knowledgeable individuals and charismatic, truthfully, too.
Yes,
Kit, I hope you're watching. I mean every word of it. But she's just great, and I'm really excited for her to be there. And she's one of those people that you really just kind of want to poke her brain, see what her thoughts are, and just see where that conversation goes. So, I mean, 100%. All of these people are very exciting, but go ahead and get there and make your voice heard, get some certifications in, and develop.
And if you haven't already got your tickets, please go and check them out. We're going to put the links at the bottom for you to go buy those and reserve your spots, because this is one of the biggest star-studded guest speaker cast that we've had the entire NDT series this year. So, and there's also going to be an MLR game attached to this too. So again, it's going to be in Hotlanta this upcoming weekend. So go check out all the rugby that's going down. It's not going to be too bad of weather. It's, late February weather in Atlanta.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
You'll survive.
It's like California in May. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's okay. Not too bad yet. But yeah, so we'll put all the links at the bottom, all the information for you to go check it out. It's going to be an awesome weekend. Don't miss out. To almost wrap up our Between the Posts number 8, our 2-month anniversary. We have, as we always do, we're going to put up the T&E, which is the training and education classes and courses this upcoming weekend. There's going to be 11 opportunities in 6 different states. So it's going to be a jam-packed weekend from Friday to Sunday. And of course, courses are going to be ranging from USA level 200 classes, World Rugby number 1, officiating, officiating, all the good stuff. So, we'll of course put all the scrolling screen for you to go check it out in your local city. Please go register if you're close by. But what are some of those states that they're going to be located in, Jess?
Well, we've got California, we've got Georgia, we've got Montana, we've got Idaho, and Ohio. Yes. And last but not least, as I missed it, Missouri, there it is. Yeah. M-O, good old M-O. Why not?
Good old M-O, yeah.
Quite a bit of representation all across the board this weekend, ladies and gents. So look online, check ahead, and also look at that calendar moving out forward. I mean, by the time you hear it, it's probably a little late to plan some of these things. So keep an eye out for it and kind of grow that rugby knowledge, add another certification to your belt, and just meet some really cool people. I mean, that's my personal favorite for it. So.
Right. And just think of it as your own personal rugby tool belt, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're just continually growing it. And even though, I have never officially reffed in my life, I've done a couple touch games or a seaside game for a college. And
hey Chris, can you do this for us right now?
Yeah, it's okay, let me stretch for 20 minutes first. But no, I mean, it's just literally growing your belt. So metaphorically speaking, you got your hammer, you got your screwdriver, but you're just adding a couple wrenches, maybe some nails. You're just adding that belt so you have a bevy of knowledge for the future. True. So then you could just kind of give to the next generation, right? So, and just by doing these courses, it's just a really cool opportunity to just meet more rugby people in general, right? And just gaining that new perspective on the game. This is exactly what we do as rugby players, just gaining perspective and differences of cultures and attitudes. So, yeah, please go check it out. We're once again going to put a scrolling screen here for you guys. All the cities, states, locations, the courses themselves. And then once that's finished scrolling, which should be soon in 3, 2, 1, now, we're also going to put the links at the bottom for you to register at any cities this weekend or any future cities like in March upcoming. Check it out.
True. Back to business.
Back to business.
And we're not going to do the back-to-back thing because some people in the office thought it was too cheesy, even though I thought it was awesome and hilarious.
Who thought it was too cheesy?
They who shall not be named, but...
Was it more than 2 people?
Clarissa was one of them, I think.
Those who shall not be named, I guess. Okay.
All right, but back to business, folks. My personal favorite, if you know me, you know I love rugby, you know I love dogs, so obviously we're going to combine the two. So our rugby dog of the week, this one kind of, again, is like another black lab, but a little bit more athletic than I think I'll probably ever be.
Right.
Go ahead and take a look and just look at the form that this raw athlete is displaying on this screen right now.
I mean, it may not look like it, but to me it looks like it's 5 feet off the ground already. And leaping. And look at the like you said, the technique.
The 2 arms, you've got, you always hear catch it cradle position, 2 arms, and they got the slight cross so that nothing's going to go anywhere.
Right.
It's not going to bounce off.
Not going to bounce. That ball's not going anywhere. And I honestly think I can't tell if the dog is so excited with its mouth open or it's actually using its mouth to continue to control the ball.
Honestly, it could be both, and neither would be a wrong answer, in my opinion.
Neither would be a wrong answer. But yeah, that is such an adorable puppy. And actually, God, doing Rugby Dog of the Week, I have honestly downloaded many pet finder apps.
Oh, yes.
Just to honestly scroll through what's in the Denver area.
It's a dangerous portal to go down, Chris. That's been me for 3 years now. I understand.
I think in a couple months I'm going to get my own. So
I said that when I first moved out here, and I cry myself to sleep with that one every night, but that's okay.
But folks, there is the most adorable rugby dog of the week. And if you have any rugby dogs to show our way, or if you have any questions, concerns, inquiries, or just things to talk about, please email us at podcast@usa.rugby. That goes, again, directly to us, no one else. So you're going to hear it from the horse's mouth over here, and we're going to be replying either via email or via video. We always love a little bit of banter back and forth. And if you have any video submissions yourself, we really are looking for those out there, folks. We get some emails here and there. We get some, shout outs on Facebook, but send us your videos and we'd love to include you in there. But yeah.
Ooh, speaking of shout outs, Chris.
Ooh, yes.
I think someone was at Vegas this past weekend and deserves a little bit of a shout out. So you want to give that a quick little yell?
100%. Thank you for reminding me. And I know we had it written down. We would never forget him because it was such a memorable interview that we did with Chipper Povar.
Our first ever interview, actually.
It was our first ever interview together. So he actually, if you didn't see that episode or don't know of Chipper, he is the CEO and founder of Ruck ALS. Oh, God, this man is doing wondrous things. He's honestly one of the sweetest human beings on earth. He loves rugby with all of his heart, and he's also doing it for an incredible cause, which is ALS awareness all across the country. And he's doing it through one of the best outlets possible, rugby. So hence Ruck ALS. And actually, just like you mentioned, he was making waves over in MLR across a lot of outlets and a lot of different people, but one that actually spoke out directly to us was international legend Todd Clever.
Heck
was
yeah.
repping some Ruck ALS gear. And here he is. We're going to throw up that photo with the man, the myth, the legend, Tripper himself.
Little sneak preview for you.
There it is. So everyone, this is such a great cause. I know we try to post and share a lot of Ruck ALS's donation causes and anything like on our sites, but we're also going to give him an incredible shout out, and we're going to give him as many as we can. And he's actually he emailed both of us, and he was asking us, so you guys, are you free April 18th in at the Glendale MLR game? And I was like, well, I have to go ask Jess, but I think I'm free. Yeah. So I ran over to Jess' office. I was like, Jess, you free on the 18th? She goes, oh, why? What's up? I don't have any games or anything. Well, the man, Tripper, he actually asked us, he's going to send us some gear because he would attend if he wasn't already out of the country for business himself. But he was like, well, if you guys are at the game, I'd love to, they're having an ALS Awareness Day, and we're going to be repping him hopefully come the 18th, barring that nothing else happens, that we don't have to be anywhere else. But again, continual shout-outs to Tripper and what he's doing for the community and for that cause. But yeah, so we're going to put the links to the bottom for you to go check out his website, and please give him a like, give him a follow, and donate. All it takes is a couple bucks, and this man will be incredibly grateful for all your efforts.
This is true.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out Tripper. And again, Jess, you want to wrap things up for us?
Thank you again for the most successful 2 months that any podcast in the history of the world has ever had. We're very excited about it.
Facts aside, folks. No, this is...
I mean, the most successful podcast I've ever had. I'll say that.
There it is.
That's the way to do it. But yeah, thanks again, guys. And please, please, please reach out to us. Share, like, comment, all of the typical things that you hear on every sort of radio, Facebook, TV, commercial, movie, whatever you want to call it. So we really like talking to you guys. We like hearing from you more, but there we go.
There we
that's
go.
Our,
all right, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Oh, and before I forget, if you want to find or play for a club or coach for a club, please go to USA Rugby's website under Find a Club. And whether it's 15, sevens, men's, women's, youth, high school, college, amateur, we'd love to have you a part of our community. Love to even if you can't go play, if you're too old or whatever, what the excuse
you're never too
is.
old.
I know you're never too old, but if there's ever an excuse out there that you can't physically play or physically coach, just go out and support your local rugby club. I'm sure they would absolutely love you for it. And again, thank you so much for joining us. This is Between the Posts. Apparently, I'm Jess Dombrowski.
And I'm Chris Turner, so catch you next time.
Catch you next time.